Hello BMW fans. I want to go over the contents of the M Sport Package specific to the E61 5 Series Touring, Sport Wagon, Estate, depending on what country you're from. The Sport Package, if you run the VIN of the vehicle you're looking at, is technically option 337. Now that contents that were typically bundled with that Sport Package do vary by country and even model year. I'm going to focus on the options that I'm aware of and how they were consisted for the United States and Canada. The most obvious external difference is the M aerodynamics, option 715, which is a different front bumper with round fog lights and different air intakes for the brake ducts. The side sills are different. They flare out quite a bit more. Moving around back, the M Sport rear bumper is also different. In fact, both the rear bumper and the front bumper are tucked in further. The wheel well liners are the same, they just get trimmed for the M Sport, but the end result is you see more of the tire, both front and rear, because of how much this gets pulled in. This particular vehicle, the rear diffuser was painted body color. I know some people paint them black. And in fact, this is the European version. And you can tell from the access cover there for the optional tow hitch. Fun fact, the parking sensors are consistent for all model years. In fact, if you go to a facelift version, those parking sensors cannot be used in the pieces from the M aerodynamic kit. Next obvious difference on the exterior is normally M Sport comes with style 135 rims that are 18 inches. This vehicle did ship with 18-inch rims, but these are style 123s. They're all wrapped in 245/40 or 18. The next exterior difference is shadow line molding. At least in the United States, you could only get the M Sport pack for the very last model year, that being 2010. And it came with the same matte, or actually satin, shadow line molding that came with the Sport Pack. If you were up north in Canada, some of the early model years actually came with the high gloss shadow line molding that is technically considered an individual option. Also for Canada, all of the examples I've seen have the roof rails deleted. If you're looking to get used parts or pull them yourself, for the front bumper, I highly recommend also grabbing, I'm going to call it the airfoil, or the side trim piece that goes on both sides of the cooling package. It extends out further and actually touches this bumper that extends out further. And that creates a good seal for the cooling package so that the air is forced through the cores and doesn't go around the cores. The other difference in parts is actually the styrofoam piece that runs horizontally across the entire front bumper. That is also a little bit thicker on the M Sport. If you want to get crazy and add active cruise control, you definitely need those different foam pieces because it locates the short range radar sensors in a different spot. This vehicle has active cruise control and night vision. Otherwise, most vehicles you'll see blanking plates over the night vision camera and the active cruise control sensor. I mentioned the Canadians got the M Sport several years before those in the US. The reason I know that is I have a copyright 2005 brochure here from BMW of Canada, and you can clearly see for model year 2006 you could get the M Sport package, which included the anthracite roof liner, aluminum cube trim, high gloss shadow line, M aerodynamic package, M multifunction leather sport steering wheel, sport seats, and M double spoke wheels style 135M. Now this vehicle shipped with the Sport Package, but the steering wheel was upgraded to the M Sport. Really the only difference is this lower trim being all black instead of having chrome along the outside edges, and there's a recess here for an M badge. I believe it's the same M badge that's used on the alloy rims. And magically you have an M Sport steering wheel. The other item on the interior, you would normally have, I believe it's black footrest with an aluminum insert that says M on it. And the door sills, instead of saying BMW, would say M on them. The very last interior item was the anthracite headliner. Now this vehicle had a sagging headliner, so it was recovered in anthracite fabric. The bits that would go up there to make the rest of it anthracite, the poles, the hooks for the cargo net, the covers for the sonar sensors, interior motion sensors, all those came from a European sport wagon, including the sun visors, which is why the sun visors do not have the airbag warning labels, because that's not required, apparently, over in Europe. So that is it for content differences. I noticed that in a 2009 Canadian brochure, they lost the high gloss shadow line for the around the window trim. For those in Europe, your contents may differ a bit, but good luck in your search. Hopefully I'll make a few more videos before this vehicle gets put up for sale. Thanks.